I'm Christine, and this is my kitchen. In this video, I'm going to take you on the 4-month journey of turning this space into the kitchen of my dreams. A kitchen renovation is no small task, and it can be overwhelming to know where to start when you first decide, I want to redo my kitchen. This little section here is like my dream come true. Believe me, I have been there. It all started with an idea and a sketch on paper, and then I began the process of finding a cabinet company that matched my vision and budget. We'll go over paint colors, tile, refinishing our red oak floor to a natural wood look. Oh, it looks so good. Definitely the winner.
No?
Yeah. All of this is happening while my family of 6 still lives in this house, and I'm still making home-cooked meals in my little makeshift kitchen. It appears my kitchen reveal is not going to be happening anytime soon. In the end, the obstacles and challenges of living without a kitchen were so worth it, as the finished result is better than I could have imagined. Two years ago, I began designing my dream kitchen. I have been sketching and resketching and have been excited to find a cabinet company that can work with me to bring my vision to life. The cabinets that I've gone with are ready to assemble cabinets, but they've been customized to every dimension that I have specified. Over the past year, I've had plenty of time to think through all the details, the knobs, the paint color, the countertops, and finally next week, demo officially begins on our kitchen. But first, before my home and kitchen gets turned upside down, I wanted to sit down with you and share the complete design plan for my English-style kitchen. So this was the sketch I came up with in the beginning when I first decided to change our kitchen. And I then changed the whole design a million different times, and in the end, I ended up landing back on this design. So that tells me that my initial gut intuition is usually right, and I've tried to stick with that throughout the process. The overall style that I'm going for is an English country style with a bit of a minimalist design. Some of the ways that I have brought that design in is by doing less upper cabinetry. I also am doing some English style floating shelves, so not like those thick chunky wood shelves with no brackets. Instead, they're gonna have like a wood bracket. They're gonna be a little more dainty. And you couldn't really tell outside, but here's the tile. I don't know if you can see it. The color is a stock color from the cabinet joint, and it's called Heron. It's sort of a beige with green undertones. In the end, I settled on Heron for all of the perimeter cabinets and then an antique white for the island. So my plan is to, number one, I'm gonna make this window big. I wanted more natural light. So I have a window that I got a year ago, and this counter is gonna extend all the way as far as I can. And the dishwasher is gonna move to this side. We're gonna put an island here, and it's gonna be like my main work area. A bigger window, all of these cabinets will be gone, and instead they'll just be natural light. I'll be able to look out and see the gorgeous trees we have out here. I'll be able to see my kids running around in the front. So this whole area is gonna be so light and airy and beautiful. And then the cabinets over here, I'm gonna have one come all the way down to the counter where I can like hide pots and things. This side, I'm gonna move the fridge over to here because I want this kitchen to open up and feel very open. And currently this fridge kind of creates a wall that just closes in the space. So with the peninsula and with the fridge, it kind of boxes in this kitchen. So we have this long room, but we have this kind of like little square of a kitchen. So my goal is to just open it up so it feels like this whole room is essentially our kitchen. In the island, I'm actually gonna have a cutout to place this Breville toaster oven. Because we don't have room for a double oven, I'm instead going to use this little oven as like my extra oven, which works out really well for us. all started about a year and a half to 2 years ago. I was not loving this space. I did not feel like it was super functional, felt really cluttered, and I especially did not like the countertops. They are nice, it is a nice stone, granite, it's great. It's very functional, but it looks very busy to me. I look at the counter and I don't know what I'm looking at. I just can't even tell if it's clean or not. It's not bringing me joy. You can tell that they, you know, just kind of slap paint on these cabinets to make them look good, because as soon as we moved in, the paint started peeling, marks all over the cabinets, peeling off everywhere. I mean, just the paint is awful. We also had an issue with water. One day I opened up this cabinet and it was just, the whole floor of the cabinets were filled with water. Unfortunately, all of the cabinets like swelled up and there's just, you know, water damage under these cabinets. The oven is sitting on top of shims that actually stick out, so not something I like looking at. Additionally, the dishwasher currently is in this corner, which poses a problem a lot of the time, like this, to grab stuff, or reaching like this, and it's just a very cluttered corner here. But before we demolish these cabinets, I told the kids that they have an important job, and that is,
give me a crayon.
And you may draw on you may draw on the wall or any on this side, but you may not touch this side. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, go for it. Having fun, Joseph? Woo! As you can see, I'm sitting in my garage and my entire kitchen is basically behind me. I've got my cabinets that just came from the cabinet joint, and the delivery went perfect, seamless. I just need to check everything and make sure nothing is broken. I have 12 days to inspect everything, and if anything is broken, I can call the company and they will send me a replacement. I've got a video library and instructions on how to put all of this together, so I'll actually just pass that on to my contractor, although I am super wanting to get my hands in on this. I want to build these cabinets, but the reason we're outsourcing it is strictly just like time management. I just can't do everything, although it would be so fun to work on this. Over the next week, I'm going to be opening these boxes and just sorting through the pieces and making sure that nothing's broken. It's been so awesome looking through each piece. Everything is gorgeous. The finish is so beautiful, and I'm just feeling 100% happy with my decision to go with the cabinet joint. I saved a lot of money doing it this way. It is a bit of a process, and a lot of people do this themselves, which was my original plan until I realized that I did not have the time to build these cabinets. But man, this would be a fun project. For any DIYer, you can definitely manage it. Each box is labeled with which part of the kitchen it is. They have detailed instructions on their website, and I'm definitely going to be using them again, especially I think for the laundry room. I'm going to order a few more cabinets and then put those together myself, since that is a more manageable project. Okay, so my cabinet manufacturer recommends that before you start your project, you organize everything. So the face frames and the doors and the drawer fronts come packed separately, and those are not labeled as specifically because it's pretty self-explanatory as you're working on your project what goes with what. But the cabinets are in boxes and they're labeled exactly what part of the kitchen they are. So I'm gonna do that today. I'm a little nervous, but also super excited to get going on this. Meanwhile, my kids were taking all of the sheets of cardboard and having a field day with them. Today is demo day. I feel like I'm on HGTV. Look. We did have two surprises on this day. One was that the vent hood above our oven had a plastic film over the opening, preventing it from functioning properly at all. So the past 2 years, and for whoever knows how long, it's just been blowing air up into the unit. And then the other one was that we found tons of mold under the upper cabinets in our kitchen and also behind our sink. The ones in the ceiling were a bit of a surprise. It looks like it's coming from a toilet leak or something, and so definitely something we're gonna have to figure out. All right, demo day 1. I'm exhausted and I didn't do any of this work. But just like watching them and feeling like I needed to see what was happening, to see what was behind the cabinets, exhausted me. And also just figuring out how we're gonna cook, what we're gonna do for dinner. It's a whole thing. I don't know about you, but when my home is in disarray, my mind feels like it's in disarray. I get overwhelmed very easily by my space and by my environment, and I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in that. I just need to see a clear area so that my mind feels clear. So even though we have this kitchen remodel going on, I'm trying my best with 4 kids running around to keep things somewhat organized and tidy. It's actually been fun. It kind of feels like camping. And I mean, not exactly camping because we have all the modern luxuries still. I have my coffee machine plugged in, my microwave plugged in. I've been cooking with a little Breville toaster oven, and we were able to move my kitchen table into the hallway, and it's actually working out great. We have a tiny little kitchen setup, and I was worried that we would have to eat out a whole bunch and just spend a lot of money on food throughout this process, but so far I've been able to cook pretty much every night. Occasionally we do go out to eat, but that's just because maybe we want to have a fun night out, but it's not because we need to. So I'm pleased to say that it's possible that you can still cook and feed your family when you don't have a kitchen. And it's been fun just working with a smaller space, keeping it tidy, and it's actually just more manageable because I don't have a kitchen to clean. I thought I would share a little update before the workers get here and it's just loud and crazy in this house. As we've started things, we've uncovered problems, which I think is common with kitchen remodels in general. And that's okay. We did plan and budget for potential, changes. So the first problem that we came across is obviously we had the leak, so they removed the drywall, but they discovered that it's not an active leak, so that's good. But then as they were taking down the drywall, they were finding termite damage. So they continued to take down drywall and take out the insulation to uncover, what is going on. So the plywood behind was like completely disintegrated, just in one area. So it's not an active termite situation. A portion of this wall is gonna have to be rebuilt. It's kind of nice just to see my house and to see it being fixed properly, because now I can be at peace in my home knowing that at least this area is good. It is a very good feeling to have no regrets. I was a little worried about refinishing the floors because the original finish was beautiful. I just wanted a light floor and I'm so happy with it. Isn't it beautiful? My counters are here. I missed everything. There is gonna be a slight delay because the sink counters, they couldn't install it. And that's because the sink was just a little bit too high on the cabinet and it needs to be brought down so it's completely flush. Looks so good. So I was just sitting around waiting for them to bring in the second piece. And I was just chatting with Oscar about something and looking outside and just waiting. And it was taking a long time.
But let me show you.
Yeah, I know I got it shown.
That piece, broken.
No, how'd it break?
Yeah, the fin.
Oh, it stinks.
All right, let's chat. It appears my kitchen reveal is not going to be happening anytime soon. Unfortunately, one of the pieces was just rattled too many times in the truck. I know whenever things like this happen that God is bringing good out of it, and you know, I'm fortunate to have this beautiful kitchen being made for me. So many blessings here. So like I'm not upset. I'm a little bummed. I'm just more curious to see what God is doing. That's how I like to look at every little obstacle in my life. Okay, that didn't go as planned. What is God doing here? So anyways, that's it. Cheers. My daughters will not go to bed. They found out that I was baking, and so they refused to not be a part of this. So I decided I'm making sourdough banana bread because you have to let it ferment overnight, and I have these overripe bananas that I need to use, so figured I would use my island.
My island. My island.
In front of me.
Yeah.
2 cups of flour.
2 cups. Okay.
You can use this, so do 4.
I thought we only had to do 2.
This is a half cup.
I said that.
And then do half cup in here. That's for my starter. So in case you haven't noticed, I am just itching to get back into my kitchen. I have been saving recipes and jotting down recipes, and just I can't wait. I can't wait to cook and meal plan and share all that with you guys. And I also just love that my daughters are around the island with me and we're baking together. This is honestly like one of those core memories for me, like something I will never forget and something I hope we do a lot more often.
The counter's already dirty for the first time.
For the first time forever. I'm going to spare you the waiting around and skip right to the good part. Here is the reveal of our finished floors. I am so happy with our decision. It was not easy to undertake, but so worth it in the end. The lighter colors just lighten up the whole house and they pair so well with the trim and the cabinetry. It's just giving the look that I have always dreamed of for this house. All right guys, so I'm in my kitchen and it's been quite a long couple of weeks just trying to get back in our house. but we're here, the floors are finished, it looks amazing. All right, so we've come a long way in this space. I don't know if you remember before, but this used to be covered in mold and just totally different. It is slow but steady, and the fact that it has been slower than we wanted, it also just helps keep the excitement going. So we don't have dishwasher or running water yet in here because we're still waiting on the counters. I've just, at this point, I've given in to the process, and I'm just fully living in my kitchen and enjoying it the best that I can. As you can see, I'm cooking. I started organizing and putting things away. We have lots more drawers now. I went on Amazon and got some organizational items. And then I have these doors here just as a marker to visualize, because we're gonna have a hutch cabinet here. And when I open it, it's gonna be open to the counter with some outlets here. So I'll be able to plug in phones, maybe another appliance. And then there's gonna be shelves for all of our plates, bowls, you know, everything we eat with should fit in here, I hope. Which would be great because the dishwasher is literally right next to me. Dishwasher is gonna open up right here. So I can grab things from here and put it right in the hutch. I am gonna wrap up this video now as I make dinner for my family. Tonight I'm doing sourdough discard burger buns, and I'm pairing that with the beef. I was cooking in the slow cooker, and we'll shred that up. It's hard to believe that this dream English style kitchen that I sketched on paper is now actually coming to life. I have enjoyed every bit of the process and just realizing that I know my style, and I love how everything is turning out. Now that the countertops are in, it is go time for everything else to come together pretty quickly in this kitchen. The countertop that we went with is called Shadow Stone Marble. It's a great option if you love that marble look, but it's more affordable and it's also more durable. Those little cutouts on the cabinets are a nice little bespoke detail that I designed through the cabinet joint. I just told them what I wanted, and they made it happen. What do you think? I love this little shelf. I think this is adorable. I had to basically like build this from pieces. I had to tell the cabinet company what I wanted, and they had to just sort of give me pieces of wood that we could make into a shelf like this. So they gave me, you know, a big piece like this, they gave me a piece like this, they gave me a corbel, you know, just little details. But yeah, it's really cute. What do you think, Thomas?
Oh, wow. Look at all
Like
these.
it?
I love it.
Okay, good.
I was
Okay,
here.
this little section here is like
dreaming.
my dream come true.
It's dreaming.
I have thought about this for so long.
Dad.
And the
Yeah.
coffee machine's gonna go right here.
Dad.
It'd be like one of those.
The time machine's gonna be over here?
No, and then we're gonna put mugs here. On this side of the kitchen, we have dubbed this our baking corner. So I'm gonna have two wooden shelves here. Gorgeous white oak shelves. They're very sturdy, and I also have white oak wood brackets. So it's gonna be more of a classic look instead of like a modern floating shelf. This is from the cabinet joint. I just can't get over how gorgeous these are. And so I can put our flour, oats, chia seeds, sugar, brown sugar, just all the things, you know, you need to quickly grab when you're making things. I went with a Kohler Whitehaven cast iron sink. It's beautiful, I love it. And I also went with the Perrin & Rowe unlacquered brass faucet. The tile is this beautiful square handmade tile from the Tile Club. I really like this one. The light fixtures are stunning. The ones above the sink are from Etsy, and then the other two lights are from Brick House Lighting. They do an excellent job. They also make that beautiful like Duval style lighting. I love this company, Yesterhome. What's great about this company is you can get those gorgeous European style unlacquered brass knobs and different items for your kitchen. So the cabinet color, it's called Heron. It's from the cabinet joint. It looks different at all times of the day. I love it. And then the actual island itself, the cabinets are antique white from the cabinet joint. So all in all, everything together kind of blends nicely. I love this plant. This is so cute. It all started with a sketch when I was inspired, and it moved on to ordering cabinets. And now after 6 months, I'm excited to reveal to you our finished kitchen. My dream for this kitchen was a light-filled and airy space with lots of storage and inset bespoke cabinetry. We didn't have a humongous budget for cabinetry, and so I'm thankful I found the cabinet joint because they were able to customize the look of our cabinets and offer inset cabinetry for a fraction of the cost of your typical custom cabinetry shop. Just a reminder about where I started and how each little space has transformed. Here is the buffet that I designed for this space. And on this side is the fridge wall. We moved the fridge to the other side to open up the space more, and then I added some fun design details. On this side of the kitchen, we removed the peninsula and we put in a big giant window to open up the whole space and let in a lot of light. I have to say that this layout and floor plan, it has worked so well for us. Everything flows so much better than it did with the peninsula sticking out, and it has offered a lot more space. I didn't think my kitchen was this big, but once it was all finished, the kitchen looks huge. This was my first ever sketch of the kitchen that I did on a drive home from a vacation, and it turned out almost exactly like my original design idea. Okay, wow, so the kitchen is completely done. I love it so much. It's everything I hoped it would be. So the cabinets are from the cabinetjoint.com. This is kind of a cool company because you go online and you work with a cabinet coach and you can custom design every aspect of your kitchen. So I was able to basically design my kitchen myself, which is something, it was really fun for me. You build your kitchen based on what you want and what measurements your kitchen has. So some fun things I was able to do because of that is I was able to create these custom cutout design in this little cabinet hutch here. We added a buffet cabinet, and it's really built into the wall and it's thinner than your typical countertop. It's just an awesome like overflow storage, but it just really adds to the whole look of the kitchen. The island I was able to totally piece together how I wanted. I added a double pull-out trash bin that did not have a drawer on top. And then I also added a cutout for my Breville toaster oven. We use it a lot. It's basically like an extra oven for us. I added a thin cabinet for cutting boards because there's just a little bit of extra space in the island. So every aspect of the island has really been customized. I also added drawers here on this side so that when I'm at the stove here, I can turn around and grab all of my cooking utensils, things I need. And then we've got deep drawers for pots and things like that. And then on the other side of the island, there's just a little bit of space. And so we decided to turn it into some shelves, which has been, just helps me just keep this place looking less cluttered. I'm loving the counter to ceiling cabinets. I'm finding that I'm not totally using them for appliances. I'm more using it for just like hiding things that are just out on the counter all the time. We have a couple little random things that we use a lot that I just don't want sitting out. So those are now going in these cabinets. I think it turned out so dreamy, so perfect, soft, with a little bit of color, and I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of redoing my kitchen. This has been an exciting year of just like planning it and then actually seeing it come together. Before I end this video, I thought I would show you a few clips from my daughter's birthday party. We were able to quickly put this new kitchen to use, and she used her cute little skills to decorate and get ready for her 11th birthday party.
Everything. What am I?
Okay, it's cute. Okay.
For everything home holds. Home. Home. I'm alive. I forgot.
You can say 4.
For everything home holds.